Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Hunter x Hunter 2011 episode 139 review. Now, of course, the episode link is going to be in the box below on Crunchyroll.com. This week's episode is actually quite simple. It is. Animation was good overall. It was well paced. We did cover a little bit here and there when it pertained to Pariston and the Zodiac, what they're doing, and the majority of it was focused on Alluka and Killua, going over the rules that apply to her powers. So there's more stuff there, obviously. There's actually two rules that, at this point in time, there are two rules that only Killua knows about, but no one else in his family are aware of. At the same time, there's also focus on Hisoka and Illumi, and them contemplating what they're going to do, their game plan, and so on and so forth. So it was well-paced, well-structured. You had some character development pertaining to, well, mainly it was character interaction. And the main character interaction here is between Illumi and Hisoka and Killua and Alluka, and that's it. I mean, we basically find out from Cheeto that she really does hate Paris, and that's pretty much it. Like, she hates his guts. Because he displays similar actions that Chairman Otero formerly displayed. And then finally, when it comes to the overall story progression, basically, Killua has left the building. He's left the mountain. Okay? And he's going to Argonas right now. But it may not go his way, considering Illumi and Hisoka have their own plans. And whether or not Silva is aware, I don't know where Zeno is. I have no idea. But whether or not Silva knows of his son's, meaning Illumi's plans with Hisoka, don't know. But they may not go Killua's way. It may not be that easy. Furthermore, Pariston has introduced a new system. Or they're going to basically give speeches, alright? Those who are candidates who are, I think, relatively high up, they're going to give speeches. Or I think, in essence, maybe those hunters who want to try and run in the race for being chairman, they want to give speeches to the other hunters. So they can, so I don't know, make a better connection. Alright? Pariston's just fucking around. Okay? He's messing around. That's what he's doing, pretty much. And Cheeto hates that shit. So, that's it overall when it comes to the basics. Now, let me get more specific. But before I do get more specific, I got two PMs. One was like a small paragraph. The other one from another person was actually quite long. And, well, messages, since the fucking YouTube, they changed their shit. Oh, yeah, we're gonna change our shit. Yeah, once again, we're gonna fucking change our shit. So I got two messages. And basically, the gist of both of them was, it pertains to the ending of the episode when Alluka kissed Killua on the cheek. And keep in mind that Alluka is a boy. And Killua is also a boy. And these individuals didn't like the message that Togashi was pushing out there. I was like, dude, I don't. Fuck, man. And then one guy went on like this whole, well, I'm assuming it's a guy. One individual, let me put it like that. Of course, incorporated a religious text in there. And I'm like, fuck, you know what? Shit. Look. I don't think Togashi had any intention of having some hidden message in this scene when he first drew in the manga. Okay? I believe that Alluka is the way he is because of the fact that Alluka has been cut off from the rest of the world, including his family. And Killua is just trying to be a supportive brother. So the whole LGBT, religious, whatever you're going to throw in there, I just wouldn't take it that far, all right? And this is a message, I think, to everybody, all right, who thinks this way. It's not a big deal. It really isn't. Don't give me a 3-paragraph fucking essay about, oh, well... No, let me just stop. Let me stop. Just don't go too deep in that shit. Seriously. Alright. Alright, okay. So, moving on. One of the main things here is the plan that Hisoka and Illumi have. After Illumi pretty much breaks down everything that he knows to Hisoka pertaining to Illumi, he has a deduction, he has a theory that it's not going to be Killua who makes the wish to help heal Gon. It's going to be someone else. And Killua is going to try and fulfill the remaining 4 requests that Alluka is going to have for him once the wish is granted. And they understand that there is a high price to pay when it comes to healing Gon's condition. So, makes perfect sense. It does. Given the fact that he had to put these restrictions on himself in order to beat Neferpitu, therefore giving an outcome that's worse than death. So, according to Hisoka and Illumi, well, according to Illumi, it's going to require at least thousands of lives to fulfill, to, I guess, return things back to zero when it comes to Alluka's powers. And among the thousands, Illumi and probably Hisoka as well are going to die. So that's obviously a big deal. Clearly. Now, what's also very important is when it comes to their game plan, pretty much it's, we're going to have Illumi, he's going to confront Killua, and then you're going to have Hisoka in hiding. And if Hisoka feels that Killua is lying, or he doesn't do what Illumi tells him to do, pretty much, the goal here is to kill Alluka. That's it. To kill Alluka. If Killua doesn't 100% comply with our demands, kill Alluka. Cut her head off. End of story. But she would. I mean, he'd come out there fucking like, Kilikun, like, he kind of cut Alluka's head off right there on the spot. He'd do that shit in a heartbeat. But we also got to find out a little bit that he thinks that Illumi really believes that he spent the most time with Killua. And that's a concept of Illumi explains a concept of Alluka. Whoa. Illumi explains a concept of Alluka's powers that apply to not just the one you love, but also from a time standpoint, where the greater the wish and the greater the demand, if that person cannot fulfill that demand, what happens is the person that they love the most dies. And then from then on, the person that they spent the most time with dies in sequential order. So there was one butler, she got killed after the request of the other butler saying, I want to be a millionaire. But the thing here is that she died, her lover died, then like her classmates died from the butler school that they were in on the facility. Then the teachers died. Then like foster parents died and shit. It's like, geez, mad people died. But not her mom. Because apparently her mom has a condition where she can only be seen for like 30 minutes every month in the hospital. And because the girl, the butler, had a lover, the lover has spent more time with her than she did. So it makes sense. And that's what happened. So time is a huge factor. Now, when it comes to specifically the way they died, now this is big in the manga because this is thrown in this whole theory, which I can't tell you guys yet, but it's thrown this whole theory, which I think is far-fetched. Alluka, I think, is too young. It makes no sense to me. I'm like, dude, but the way they died. So we've seen the way they got crushed before into like oblivion. Well, these people died, and they were wound up like towels, like they were rolled up. It's pretty fucked up. It is. It's fucked up. But hey, you know what? Fuck it. If Togashi wants to make shit sick, let him make shit sick. Fuck it. So they're wound up like towels. They're corpses, and you have like 60 some odd people die in that fashion. And then we have more rules established by Miluki when they're watching Killua pretty much play around with his sister, having fun in the room by themselves. And basically we find out some rules here, some new ones. Number one is that once a person dies and they fail in completing the request, the other requests are reset back to 0. They're level 0. Meaning that, okay, so you failed to fulfill my request, you're going to die, and the next person who comes around, it's going to be a lot easier for them. That's number one. Number two is once Alluka has honed in on a person, it's only going to be that person. Alluka will not ask 2 or more people simultaneously about the request. If she says you, it's going to be you, and you have to complete and you have to fulfill the request, but it won't be someone else. So that's why apparently Miluki, he has never sent Alluka to mom and dad without Alluka making a request to the butlers. So the butlers are pretty much the Fallout dudes. I mean, that's the way they just tend to be. They tend to be the Fallout. If anything happens, the butlers are the ones who bear the brunt. That's number two. Number three is Alluka cannot grant a wish, or Alluka cannot ask someone a request to a person that they don't know the name of. If they don't know your name, you're safe. You're safe. You're safe. Number four, if a person, and this one I think is fast. This to me I think is the most fascinating one. If a person, when trying to fulfill the request, dies in the process, it's considered a failure, and the loved one will also die as well. That's so. If you're trying to like fulfill her request, and then you leave, you go to the store, you come back, and then you get hit by a car on the way back, and you die, then automatically that's a failure, and the loved one will also die as well. It's fucked up, man. That's really fucked up. Her powers are, well, no, they're not omni anything, but they have a wide range. They really do. Super effective. Now, finally, there's one other rule that Miluki establishes, wherein which the same person cannot make the same wish in a row. So basically, you have one wish, you only got one shot, do not miss a chance to blow because opportunity goes once in a lifetime. Well, technically, after you make the first wish, you have to wait until someone else comes along, tries to complete the request to make another wish, and then you can come back and make a wish again. Something like that, I suppose. I don't know. And finally, we have Killua pull some shit off where he forced his pops to open the door. Very impressive. And he mentions how the other Alluka, the one with black eyes, he calls something else, or Nanika. And Nanika apparently can take options. So, what we find out here, and apparently Nanika calls Killua, but Alluka calls Killua Onichan, or brother. So, Nanika, check this out, options. If I can't leave here, this mountain, in 30 minutes, kill Mom. If we do leave, kiss me on the cheek. He gave an option. There were options. You can set options for yourself. So instead of making a straight up wish, like make me into a millionaire, you can say, if I don't become a doctor in 5 years, make me into a millionaire. If I do become a doctor, then give me a house. Some shit like that. You can have options available to you. That's pretty cool. That's pretty fucking cool. I like that. I like that. And then finally, we find out that specifically, Nanika is very good at destroying things, but not as good as healing things or repairing things. And if Nanika has to heal Gon, Nanika has to be able to touch Gon. So again, a rule that none of them know about, but Killua does, since Killua and Alluka, they've been together since their childhood days. So that's pretty much it right there. And overall, it's fascinating. I liked it a lot. The episode, they did have a lot of information when pertaining to Alluka's powers and what the game plans are, and Killua actually making a lot of gains here when it comes to him healing Gon. However, there are going to be several obstacles. That's very obvious. So overall, I'm done, King of Lightning. Be sure, of course, rate the video, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Episode rating is going to be a good plus. Have a nice day.